very good morning to you wherever you are. It's today, Thursday, the 7th of December 2023. Welcome to another edition of Press Review here on Luntha Television. This is a program that will take you through some of the stories that are appearing in our daily papers, The Nation, but of course, the Daily Times. So this morning, you're with me, Brennan Mwanza, and joined by my colleague,
Alex.
I hope you're fine.
You are doubting. How are you?
I'm fine as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think you can start on the front page of the Daily Times, and I'll be taking you through The Nation.
Alright, on the front page of the Daily Times, then the headline reads DBP fight worsens, and sub-headline, there are actually two sub-headlines. The first one reads function announces convention dates, and the other one reads APM function disowns resolutions. Part of the story reads there seems to be no end to fights in the Eastward Democratic Progressive Party, as one faction of the party yesterday proceeded to hold a national governing council meeting in the absence of members of the other faction. The dispute NGC meeting was summoned. The meeting was summoned by Party Secretary General Kezuda Jeffrey, who claimed recently that Party leader Peter Mutharika was aware of plans to hold the meeting.
And however, in a statement last evening, DBP spokesperson Shadrack Namalomba said Mutharika will in due course call a meeting of the party's Central Executive Committee to discuss and map the way forward. Actually, DBP is calling the meeting yesterday as invalid. So this is just an extension because the Nation has also covered a similar story, looking at the part of what DBP had said. But moving on to the fourth page, new bill to harmonize trade. Minister of Trade and Industry Sosin Gwenga has expressed optimism that the Investment and Export Promotion Bill, which harmonizes trade in the country and create opportunities for economic growth. Presenting the bill in Parliament, he said it will, that's yesterday, Gwenga said it will empower the Malawi Investment and Trade Center to carry out its mandate to promote trade and investment in the country. The legislation will also create a legal framework that will pave the way for the registration of all exporters, a development the minister said would help the government track where the country's exports are coming from and the amounts coming in.
The headline leads economic hardships fueling GBV, and part of the story leads Lilongwe Urban Women's Forum, who has lamented increased cases of gender-based violence within the family setting, citing economic hardships as the major factor contributing to the problem. LOF Executive Director Agnes Maganizona Zombe, who briefed the British High Commissioner to Malawi, Fiona Lichi, about activities being undertaken by the forum, said they have registered inspiring cases of GBV.
All right, and he says another story, stop taxing the poor more. Delegates to an international taxation and the United Nations Tax Convention in Lilongwe have asked government to embrace progressive income tax measures to ensure that the rich pay more revenue to the government than the poor. In his presentation on Tuesday, tax researcher Donatius Patera said there is a need to consider reforms and that promote fairness, simplicity, and efficiency in tax administration.
I think we can move to business.
Yes, I think, of course, what these other stories are also related to the business.
Yes.
I think if you have another one.
I have someone which is, I'll have another story which is also similar to what you are reading. The headline leads tax abuse cost Malawi 51 million annually. And part of the story leads associates from Tax Justice Network, Rachel Poya, has said Malawi is losing about 51.3 million kwacha, US dollars rather, which is about 87 billion kwacha annually through tax abuse. Poya disclosed this in Lilongwe on Tuesday when she presented a paper during a capacity building meeting for faith and civil society organization leaders organized by the Norwegian Church Aid and Dan Church Aid DCA Malawi Country Office to promote the adoption of the UN Tax Convention.
Well, I think I can move on to international because it seems that I've also already carried a something of that nature. So ministers, not necessarily the international of course, but because it is something that is happening outside Malawi.
Yes.
Ministers push for sustainable urban development. Ministers from over 64 countries have committed to integrating climate action for sustainable urbanization and resilience to climate change. The Urban Development, Environment, Finance and Housing Ministers endorsed a joint statement on urbanization and climate change on Wednesday during a multi-level action day in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, at the ongoing 28th Conference of Parties, COP28, on climate change. Speaking during the meeting, the nation's Human Settlement Program Executive Director Maimuna Sharif said concerted efforts are key to accelerating the achievement of resilience for urban communities. So some of our ministers are there, the likes of Owen Tomanika, the Deputy Minister of Local Government, and of course Honorable Michael Osi, the Minister of Natural Resources, and others are attending the Conference of Parties there in Dubai.
The header leads Uganda accuses US of pushing LGBT agenda. Uganda's government yesterday denounced the United States expansion of visa restriction against its officials, accusing Washington of pushing an LGBT agenda in Africa. The new visa restrictions announced on Monday targeted unidentified officials the U.S. deems responsible for undermining democracy and representing marginalized groups in Uganda, including the LGBTQ community. Uganda enacted one of the world's harshest anti-gay laws in May, which calls for the death penalty for certain same-sex acts.
Alright, in case you are just joining us, this is the Press Review program here on Luntha Television, the time that we take you through some of the stories that are appearing in our daily papers, the Nation, but of course the Daily Times newspaper. And this morning you are with me, Brennan Manza, and my colleague
Alex Chizope.
I think we can move on to arts and culture before we move on to sports. I don't know if you have something quickly.
Yes. The header leads Malawi seeks to deliver an African Spelling Bee contest, and another story leads Malawi National Spelling Bee saying yesterday its 2022-2023 champions were assigned for the showdown at the African Spelling Bee in Kampala, Uganda, where spellers from 12 countries will battle. 6 champions alongside other officials left the country on Tuesday for the African Spelling Bee, which kicks today and ends on Sunday. Maybe just one. Because kids also visited Parliament.
Before, I think should be Monday, Tuesday. It should be Tuesday. They visited. They had to meet the Speaker of the Assembly. Of course, they went into the chamber just to bid farewell to the members of Parliament. Sure. All right, I think just wishing them all the best as they progress with the competition there. And DSTV return excites customers. That's another story. The digital satellite television DSTV customers on Tuesday evening got a sweet surprise when the service was restored after a protracted court battle between Choice Africa Holdings and Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority (MACRA) over subscription rate hike. There were widespread celebrations among the customers when the services returned temporarily for free. Many subscribers went into an overdrive, informing each other about the development of social media. I don't know if you were part of the team that celebrated about the return. Because I've seen much of this saying, no, welcome back, DSTV, this and that.
Yes.
I think people are having money, right?
Yes. People are too happy. And they really missed the subscription actually. DSTV is where you get all sort of entertainment.
Because
so
MACRA
wasn't doing that much, but then we're happy that DSTV is back.
Because MACRA has been trying to say, no, I think Muguti Piramana. Amala did in the Lama. But it seems that so I think when it's high time within as one of the single zone because as I have said, MACRA minimize sets out no, they don't go over Minimum tuchikwendera ndi mmene ma services anu mukupangira sizikuyenda. It's just unfortunate kuti mulandu auluza, but on the other part atakusanga with DSTV is back.
Yes, really.
So no, Malawi are in Dalama. Please continue enjoying the services that they have resumed in Malawi. We're going to move on to sports.
Okay, on back page of the Daily Times, header leads Super League revenue hits 9 and 15. Actually, I should read it again. Super League revenue hits $915 million US. Super League
That's
of
Kwacha.
Malawi, yeah, of Kwacha. Super League of Malawi has announced that gate revenue for the 2023 TNM Super League seasons amounted to 915 million kwacha. The amount is remarkable, raised from 587 million kwacha, which was raised in the 2022 season. Sudan President Fleetwood Haiya disclosed the record sum of money during a press briefing at the body's headquarters in Luntha yesterday. Haiya said they are working on making available information on how the funds were dispersed to teams. He said that governments clearly manifest the successful implementation of their motto of reviving, reforming, and rebranding the league.
And another interesting story that happened yesterday, as far as sports is concerned, nomads in no show and risk ban. The farm says rules will apply. Partly, the story reads, Mighty Mukurwanras risk a ban from all competitions organized by the Football Association of Malawi Farm for failing to honor yesterday's Airtel Top 8 quarter-final second leg fixture against Silver Strikers at Kamuzu Stadium in Luntha. The competition's rules and regulations state that a team that does not show up for a match risks a ban in all competitions under farm. The article reads, that's Article 10.6 of the regulations. In the event that a team fails to show up at the venue according to scheduled time, the referee shall wait for 30 minutes before blowing the whistle to end the match. The team that does not show up in this case shall lose the match by 2-0, and the team shall also be fined 1.5 million kwacha and shall be banned from participating in any competition under the organization of farm. I was trying to rush where there is another statement. Farm Competitions and Communications Director Kumzani Zakazaka said in an interview that the rules and regulations will apply. So that's what happened yesterday. Nomads were no show at Kamuzu Stadium yesterday.
Yes.
This was the second leg of their in the quarterfinal that they were playing against the Silver Strikers, just to find someone or a team that to play against Mafco, should be Mafco, yes, in the semi-finals, to have a team that will play against Nyasa Big Blades in the finals. So hani zikuchitika nzambiri nomads kufuna kuti at least ndithu anzathu kufamu ayendetse nkhani zawo madando amene anadza chifukwa cha masewero ayambirira ndi siwo ku Bingu National Stadium, nkhani zake azilongosole bwino asanasewere, ndipo game iyi anakuti chonde isasewere tapanga nikaye postpone timvane kaye nkhani zimene zilipo pakadali pano lodi ziyenda motani ndimawerenga pena pake mmene malamulo omwe akunenera kuti kodi ndizikhoziti ngati famu imakhala ndi ma-affiliate zimene akupanga ma-affiliate zikho zonse zimakhala zili under farm, kaya ndi Super League, kaya ndi achani, ndikuti chikho china chonse chimene chingabwere timu ngati yapanga zimene yachita dzulo noma ndikuti imakhala ndi tsoka kuti sidzatenga nawonso mbali. Ndikuti in this case chaka chamawa sangadzapangenso participate mu Airtel Top 8 despite kuti ku Super League amaliza mu top 8 fuka afuna ma timu 8 mu Super League. So the other part ndikuti vini akuti ngakhale ku Super League kumene pamakhalanso chiopsezo kuti akhonza kusatenga nawo mbali the following year chifukwa cha conducting ngati imene. So we are yet to see more what farm will say kumbali imenenso malamulo amayendera munafotokoza bwino todi chotsatira chikhale chotani mano kuti nkhani za malamulo mbali ina nkhani za sports. That's how it happened.
So looking at the fund, they're supposed to pay almost about 2 million kwacha for the son of the deal show up, and plus cost mena wachaje
over 20 million.
Yes.
Zina maposti na so komandanga vena pali nditukuti akuluakulu ati mwemene tinaulendo lako mbili ndi mmene referee wa game yoyamba yawo ndi siyo panapakira handles so akuti alokonzera mtukuti atinayo nkhani patali kuti ngakhale mwina chifukwa sakukhulira ndi mmene famu ikuyendetsera zinthu zake makamaka pa nkhani yokhayi. So we will wait and see kuti nkhani zimene zithe bwanji kupitira kuti paleyo timve zina kuti kodi papereka zopachitika zotani komano as it is Silver Strikers yapitirira ndipo yakhangati yawina 4-0 ndipo yakhala mapointi wala iwo anapita awacha mafuta indewo mabasa akapeza mapointi ndithu abwinobwino kuti apitirire mu ndime ina ya chikho chimenechi cha Airtel and akakumana ndi Mafco FC Sunday actually to be in National Stadium. So tidikira timve kuti anzathu afamu akhala kamba zotani zokudza masewero amenewa. So somewhere interesting to say Silver yawina 2-0 against Noma. Madolo sana kumane. Na ndiza madolo koma madolo sana kumane. Anyway, I think that's also how we conclude this edition. Otherwise, we thank you so much for being there. Remember the nation, but of course the daily times now the prices are the same. You can get your copy at 2,000 kwacha. That's each copy. It's going at 2,000 kwacha. The program returns tomorrow at the same time. Otherwise, from me, Brilliant Mans and my colleague, wishing you the best of today.